I'm Stephanie Copus-Campbell, Australia's new Ambassador for Gender Equality. I'm incredibly honoured to take on this role as the lead international advocate for Australia's commitment to gender equality and the human rights of women and girls and persons of diverse gender identities. In this role, I'm committed to listening to those who are dedicated to promoting gender equality and learning about the perspectives and priorities in communities and countries in our region and globally. Promoting gender equality is the right thing to do, but it's also the smart thing to do. It is central to Australia's diplomatic, economic development and regional security, as well as our international engagement. I look forward to working with partners in Australia, in the Pacific, in Southeast Asia and globally to progress the Australian government's priorities to increase women's economic empowerment, women and girls' leadership, and to end sexual and gender-based violence, to improve access to health and education services, and progress the women, peace and security agenda.
Amen. Welcome to the revolution. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. I'm back. How's everyone doing? Drop a like on the video if you're watching it live. I have Rumble chat up as well. I hope you guys are freaking having a wonderful day. I am back. What is that terrifying? It literally is the most terrifying thing ever. That's Australia's new ambassador for gender equality. New ambassador for gender equality. Brought to you by Clown World. You got it. You gotta love it. It's just. It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to be a part of. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm sorry that was terrifying. I don't mean it to be the most amazing. She stares into your soul. I know. I know that's the best part of it. It's so creepy. I mean, she literally God.
Perspectives and priorities in communities and countries in our region and globally. Promoting gender equality is the right thing to do, but it's also the smart thing to do. It is central to Australia's diplomatic, economic development and regional security, as well as our international...
She creeps me out. Is she AI? I don't know. She might be. I mean, she's also beautiful and brave. Don't mistake that, okay? I mean, smash the like button like gender equality ambassador, smash your tax dollars. Exactly. Look, guys, I woke up on Friday morning with a hit on my show saying that I was promoting hate. So I got taken down. I did not plan this. It wasn't a vacation like some of you suggested. It was pure hate speech. And I don't know what that means, but it's what happened on this show. And it happens on this show daily. And that's the thing. Willie, thank you so much for that super chat earlier. I appreciate that, man. But that's the part of the show. So make sure you follow me on Rumble, because Rumble obviously is the only place where we could still do shows live forever. I mean, I just saw that salty cracker dude or whatever. He just got his YouTube completely taken down. I know why you were banned. Oh no, because I'm ginger. Don't you say that. I swear to God, if you say that. I know why I was banned too. FBI, open up! It doesn't get any better. Why was I banned, Papa? Tell me. I swear, if you say something about the fact that I'm ginger, I'm gonna freaking lose it. I was probably banned because of this woman. I mean, God.
Engagement. I look forward to working with partners in Australia, in the Pacific, in Southeast Asia and globally to progress the Australian government's priorities to increase women's economic empowerment, women and girls' leadership, and to end sexual and gender-based violence, to improve access to health and education services, and progress the women, peace and security agenda.
God, if that's not a case for aliens being on Earth, I don't know what is. I do not know what is. 'Cause she is a perfect case of it. You were being mean to people? Yeah. Well, that's what kind. Yeah. I guess. I'm the meanest show on the earth. I'm the drama queen of YouTube. That's what they call me. Nobody stirs up drama quite like me. It was from the moment in the video where you wait. In the video you say you're blank as a blank, then you said blank with a blank, but it wasn't. That was only because you accepted a blank with the sign of blank. Great preferable fit. Yeah, she can see from. She is one of the few women in the earth that you're like, maybe she does have eyes on the back of her head. You know what I mean? like my mom growing up. I have eyes on the back of my head. Eyes wide open. Exactly. Speaking of eyes wide open, the Senate hearing for the Chinese balloon. Hip, hip, Chinese.
The Senate held its first hearing Thursday on the Chinese spy balloon that was shot down off the South Carolina coast over the weekend. Top Pentagon officials testified before the Senate Appropriations Committee. Lawmakers in both parties.
How's everyone doing, by the way? It's been a week since I've seen you guys. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Sensor Mom, K-Bean, Willie, Papa, thank you guys for being here today. I know it was probably like one of those weird things, like, where did he go? Believe me, I wanted to be here, but it made me kind of think like all kinds of different things about the show, what could be, what I could be doing better and stuff like that. But let's just get right into some of the news. The Senate holds hearings on the Chinese balloon. Did you see that the Chinese balloon potentially has English handwriting or English writing on it? Is it our balloon?
He's expressed.
Oh my God, I have some crazy updates. Good.
Exasperation.
Hey, I missed you too.
Over the Biden administration's handling of the incursion into U.S. airspace.
Fair and unbiased.
Did we know what they're trying to collect? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. We understand that this is a broader part of a broader suite of operations that China is undertaking.
So we knew what they were looking for.
Sir, I think we should talk about this more explicitly in the classified session.
As an Alaskan, I am so angry. I want to use other words, but I'm not going to.
Wait, what? Says her mom, there was a murder at the mall I work out, and I was in the ER from Delta 8 gummy. Oh my God. What's a Delta 8 gummy? Is it like 800 milligrams? I'm sorry you had to. Were you there when the murder happened? Because, God, that's got to be really hard to go through. A gummy sent you to the ER. Are you. Seriously. Hope you slept that one off and got some fluids. That's freaking scary, dude.
Why we didn't take it down over Alaska.
50 milligrams?
A key.
That's a lot. Well, I guess it's all subjective, but that's a lot. That's like Joey Diaz levels right there. God. It was so awful a shooting. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That had to have been like really hard. It was a mushroom tip, but ended not good. That sucks. That's frightening. I won't be able to go to the mall unless I have an arm. No exception. Yeah, there's like a few like the mall and movie theaters. I feel very. I encourage myself to carry every time I go to one of those places. They're just, and grocery stores now. Grocery stores, malls, and movie theaters. Like, I'm always carrying. Delta 8 does that to some people. Well, then I will stay clear of that.
Piece of this is the recovery. For us to be able to...
CBS News national security correspondent David Martin joins me now from the Pentagon. David, our daily meeting here. What have the defense officials learned about this Chinese balloon since we last talked?
Well, they're recovering parts of it from the...
State police came running in armed. God, that must have been really freaky. If you need to call in and talk about it, you can, if you want to. I'm always here to talk and listen. I know that's hard. That was a hard thing to go through for sure. And sometimes having someone to talk to is good. Yay, nice Vietnamese man murdered in his nail salon. Ah, jeez. That's really sad. I'm sorry. That's no good.
The waters off the coast of South Carolina, and they are finding a couple of things. One, some of the parts that they have recovered have English writing on them, so that means most likely that some of these parts.
We're about to get into James O'Keefe.
Parts were actually manufactured in the West, and then
I gave my 2 weeks notice at first, but I'm staying now. I can completely understand that. I would probably leave too.
Sold. We don't know whether it was legally or illegally to China, and then used as part of the manufacturing of this balloon, which the balloon.
The local news in South Carolina had asked people not to shoot the balloon. I'm telling you, it's my home state. You know what I mean? I would have probably been there at the beach shooting it too.
Itself is a fairly low-tech item. That doesn't use a very sophisticated technology.
Why? Every time I think about CBS, I think about this kind of personality. It's like, this is the guy that is still watching CBS. That guy. God. It's like, I don't think anybody else's watches CBS.
The sophisticated technology is still probably under the water, but they've gotten a pretty good look at it in two ways. One, as the balloon was coming across the United States, they were sending spy planes, U-2 spy planes, around the balloon, taking high-resolution photos.
Rest in peace, Dad.
Since its crash, they've had underwater cameras taking photos of the debris field. And so,
as an American, it's kind of embarrassing that our military is so flunky that a massive silver object can fly around just watching. Could have been a buy. Okay. The conspiracy theorist in me is like, is this a Chinese balloon, or is this one of our balloons and we were just testing it? Or I just can't get over the fact that it was in our airspace, and the only reason like our politicians addressed it, media addressed it, is because some dude saw it at work and took a picture of it. That was the only reason. Were they watching it the whole time? Did they know about it the whole time? Were they blocking all the transmission or whatever that was happening? Like, I don't understand. Nothing about this makes sense. And the fact that, like, you woke up to like us using $1 million rocket to blow it up in the sky, as opposed to, I don't know, just shooting it with some ammo. It just seems so insane. It's like, why would you blow it up out of the sky if you're going to go retrieve information from it? It makes just so much about this is either incompetence, doesn't make sense, or it's like, you know, our balloon, and it's like, oh, they got caught, and now they had to pretend like it was China. I have no idea. Probably blackmailed by China or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Who's watching our airspace? The next one could be BioWeb. It could be. Or an EMP. I saw a bunch of people talking about EMPs and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's just such a weird... It's such a weird thing that we're all just like, oh yeah, China somehow got a incredibly slow moving balloon through our airspace, and Canada. Like, it just doesn't make any, I don't know. And then they're sending them all around the world looking after people. For what? To get ready for Taiwan? Like, I don't know. For the same reason why the U.S. blew up the Nord Stream pipe. Yeah, God. And blame Russia. Yeah, exactly. I don't trust this government. Even if there's Chinese lettering on it, I don't trust it. I just don't. I don't. Something more to the story. It's one of those stories that we'll probably never get to down to the bottom of it, you know?
Surprisingly enough, even though that balloon fell from over 60,000 feet, the debris field seems to show that the electronics are relatively intact.
Again, and how is that even a thing? How is the electronics intact after we blew it up with a rocket? Nothing about this story makes any sense. Yeah, everything's pretty much intact. Not a big deal there. It flew and it landed in the ocean and went deep down inside. Everything's fine. Huh? Because when I watched it, it went... And then there was like a video of showing how the debris scattered all around everywhere. Nothing about it made sense.
Which means a much better chance at reverse engineering exactly what kind of equipment the Chinese were using to
hit the balloon with the rocket.
Spy.
Yeah, but wouldn't there be like? I saw the explosion. I don't know. I just don't get it. That includes the Chinese military. Yes,
on
true.
the U.S., but they could tell already from looking at the photos of the balloon as it came across the United States that it was outfitted with an array of antennas, which appeared
I bet the
designed
Biden government steal the balloon.
intercept communications on the ground. And of course, the one place which they spent the most time over was the state of Montana, where they have ballistic missile silos. So apparently, one of the missions of that balloon was to listen in on the communications which are used for the command and control of U.S. nuclear weapons.
Everything about it is so weird. The fact that it was that close to like some of our silos, like it just what? Are we that incompetent? It makes you wonder. I mean, it's hard for me not to say otherwise, but you never know. Also, breaking news. Special counselor oversees Trump criminal probe subpoenas Mike Pence. So Mike Pence is now subpoenaed. We can't wait to watch that. Let's get a little update from our beautiful and brave about Mike Pence. Taiwan. Yeah, maybe.
We begin the readout tonight with breaking news. Donald Trump's former vice president, Mike Pence, has been subpoenaed by special counsel Jack Smith. A source familiar with the matter tells NBC News. Smith is overseeing the dual probes involving Pence's former boss regarding the classified documents Trump took with him to Mar-a-Lago in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Now, we do not know exactly why he has subpoenaed Pence and if it is in reference to one.
Joey Reed, let me get some bleach for my eyes. Hey, that's racist. I'm at the gym. GR, get after it, man.
Or both of these probes, but when a former vice president of the United States is subpoenaed,
she looks like a dude I used to box with.
According to ABC News, which was the first to report this news, it follows months of negotiations between federal.
Hey, we're ABC News. We report first. Unless it's about Jeffrey Epstein, we'll get rid of that story.
Federal prosecutors and Pence's legal team. Not surprising, but spokespeople for both the former vice president and the special counsel have declined to comment. Joining me now is my colleague and anchor of The Beat, Ari Melber. Peter Strzok, former...
I mean, what? God, I'm sorry. What is... Are you wearing a dad hoodie or what? What the frick, dude? If I ever went on a show, remind me to wear my dad hoodie. Like, nothing says I'm taking myself very seriously, like wearing a hoodie to a national televised show. They try to say January 6th every time. Oh, of course they can. It's just...
FBI counterintelligence agent and Charles Coleman, a former
everybody's
prosecutor.
lowering up.
I'm going to start with you. It is a big deal. But it's not a specifically big deal because we don't know exactly what these probes are about. But can you just give us some context as to, what this means?
Number one, it means that special counsel Jack Smith is going up the line. This is very near the top, vice president, we all know. Number two, after that, you have Donald Trump, the former president. So they're going up the line to get this information, number one. Number two, it means that for whatever reason, they've determined that they're not getting it easily voluntarily. Now, that doesn't mean anything.
I'm sorry. I'm such a 5-year-old. I'm sorry. As soon as he said number two, I couldn't help but it's so stupid. Okay, I'm done. If I was on MSNBC, I'd be wearing a hoodie that says Satan is my co-pilot. $50 says I'd get a recruiting guest spot. Yeah, 100%. Are you buying the new Sam Smith album? Because I know I am.
Nothing bad per se. It means either they have a witness who doesn't want to testify in Mike Pence, or they have Mike Pence's lawyer saying, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
If it comes out that there's a subpoena, it would make it easier for them. It could be a strategy. And number three, the New York Times is now reporting just moments ago, you and I have been in the newsroom figuring it out as we go, that it is related to January 6th. So number three, it's special counsel Smith needs to get more information to decide whether to charge other people with a crime. So on a big news night like this, I think of Lil Durk, the feds listening. The feds will be listening to Mike Pence. They will win this battle if he fights it. They will.
Oh yeah, he's like the hip hop guy on MSNBC. I was like, why is he talking about Lil Durk? God, these people are so cringe. It's just ridiculous. I'm like, why? Okay.
Sit him down. They will put him under oath, and they'll be listening to his answers when he's asked, did Donald Trump know about the violence? Did he coordinate with the militias? Did anyone in the White House say to you up until the 6th that they had kind of a plan to do this? A lot of people have those theories and plots. That doesn't get you anywhere. You need the hard evidence. If he says yes to those questions, more people could be indicted.
Well, so here's the thing. Mike Pence, now that we understand that this is about January 6th, Mike Pence is both a witness and the potential victim.
Yeah.
We know that Mike Pence was reluctant to get into the car with the Secret Service agents in front of him saying, like, I don't know where you're going to take me. He seems to have...
Worse than 9/11. Oh, thank you for saying that. I totally agree. These people are gross. I'm glad I'm not. Yeah, these people are. This is why we laugh at them, though. Without them, I don't know if I'd have a show.
Understood how much danger he was in. People were chanting to hang him. People brought a noose for that purpose. And his particular...
One of the reasons I'm temporarily retiring from YouTube, these things just make me sad, angry at the same time. Yeah, you'll go through phases with that if you engage in politics. There are times while I'm doing my show where I just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do the fake outrage. But some like, then you get to a point where you just like start to laugh about everything. It's just so ridiculous. MSNBC, walls are closing in the last 7 years, 100%. I'm going to save your channel with the following statement. Oh, please save it.
Participation in certifying the election was what was required. That was the ceremonial duty that he had to accomplish. So he's pivotal to January 6th, but not as somebody who necessarily was in on the plot. It feels from the January 6th hearings like people were making plans about him, but on that day, then trying to pressure him with preordained plans. So if you're a prosecutor looking at Mike Pence, first of all, the fact you have the subpoena, maybe that means they're going to assert some sort of privilege or whatever, but are you thinking of him as somebody who implicates who? He could implicate Secret Service folks, right? I mean, I'm just wondering, because he doesn't seem to have known what was happening until that day.
Well, you make such a great point, as you often do, because this is intersecting.
Yeah.
January
Many
6th is
people,
worse
to
than...
your point,
Malai massacre in Vietnam. January 6th was worse. That's so true. As a Vietnam vet, that triggers me. What about the insurrectionists who seized Oklahoma State? They're different. They're overweight. 0. Joy Reid's Old Folks Home Scrubs t-shirt is ugly. Old Folks Home t-shirt? That is an Old Folks Home Scrubs t-shirt. Support all nurses. Years of investigation with thousands of images, videos, and cell phone cameras, and nobody has any idea who built the gallows or the bombs. Was it Majority Teller Green?
I'm just wondering because.
Can you watch something wholesome instead? Yeah, next. Is there anything such thing as wholesome?
He doesn't seem to have known what was happening until that day.
Well, you make such a great point, as you often do, because this is intersecting.
It's almost
Many
done.
People, to your point, saw Pence as a potential co-conspirator. And based on the evidence we have, not just what he says, which might be self-serving, but other evidence, he did not decide to join the conspiracy.
Right.
That's why he's certified on the 6th. That's why we have text messages that he may not have known were sent when Republicans who literally were trying to commit...
Okay, I'm done with it. It's just too much. So, Mike Pence is reportedly being subpoenaed by Special Counsel Jack Smith in a criminal investigation to classified documents found at the former President Donald Trump and Mar-a-Lago residence, blah, 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 blah. ABC News said on Thursday evening that it was not clear the information Smith is looking for from Pence, but reportedly comes after months of negotiations between federal prosecutors and Pence's legal team. And of course Pence is going to show up to this because, he plays by the rules. Liar. Hey, Cali Life. What's up there? His eye contact. Oh no, some videos equal a heavy foot on the moon. What just happened? Is this some? What? What just happened? My camera. What the? What just happened to my camera? It just started playing music. I'm sorry. What was that? That was the weirdest thing ever. All right, I'm back. What the frick? I used my phone as a camera and just started playing like hip hop music. Would you see that I followed you on Twitter? The big FU? Yeah, I thought I did. As soon as you said, what did you say that really triggered me knowing it was you? Duh, or something. Geez, I don't remember. It was one of those things. Can you watch something wholesome instead? Oh, wait, I already did that. K-Life, what happened? Was that me? Yeah, no, it was me. Maybe it was you. I don't know. Hope you're doing well. All right, JR wants something wholesome. Let me fix my camera now that I ruined everything. All right, we're good. JR wants something wholesome. And JR gets something wholesome. A dog gets sick after eating meth. A meth addict's poop. The latest example where we're all screwed, as if crime rates of homelessness wasn't already a huge sign, you can no longer let your dogs eat random poop on the side of the street. That includes bird poop. Stop letting your dogs eat bird poop. That's the thing. A dog walker in South London revealed that one of their clients' dogs ate some poop near a lake earlier this week. And a result had a smaller dog. It would have died if it was the smaller dog. The dog walker explained the situation and issued a warning to those in the area. Said, one of my client's large breed dogs just ate some poop yesterday, Monday, February 6th, from South Norwood Lake, contained some meth. God. So, not all poop is safe out there. All right, folks. Don't even try it. Even if it looks good enough to eat, even if it looks like a Snickers, don't do it. It's not worth it. I just lost people. This is the world we live in, where a dog is eating meth is legitimately more wholesome than Joy Reid. Exactly. All right, let's get into this stuff right here. All right, let's get into this. So James O'Keefe, I don't know if you guys have been following this whole James O'Keefe stuff. He's been put on paid leave, according to the Project Veritas. And it's a big board decision and stuff like that. And there's been like speculation of what has been coming out. A lot of stuff have been talked about where James O'Keefe is, a very aggressive boss. And he wants to, because you know how like all these kids are these days. Like if you have a boss that makes you work hard, it's like, oh my God, that's so triggering. How dare you make me work more than 40 hours a week? I know I'm like 20 years old with like no kids and I already go out late at night. It's like whatever and stuff like that. The Pfizer guy, exactly. Well, and my thing is the timing of him being put on leave and being ousted, slowly ousted or pushed to be ousted or whatever is going on, because we're not getting a lot of information. It's very interesting because it comes right after the Pfizer video. James O'Keefe is an American hero, deserves free cheeseburgers and supermodel dates for life. Now, if he is like funneling millions and millions of dollars onto an offshore account, sure, we could have that discussion. It's like, is he that big of a douche? I don't know. But I don't really understand what's going on when it comes to everything that James O'Keefe has said. Now, you might not like this personality, but Tim Pool does like a breakdown of some of the memos from the board meeting and stuff like that. So let's listen to some of this. It's very interesting. It's very coincidental, coming straight from that video of Pfizer, which was one of the biggest stories ever. That was, I wasn't allowed to play it on YouTube. No one was allowed to play it. It was taken down. It's hate speech, because it calls people out on their own actions. The amount of scum and villainy he's exposed in the last 6 months granted him some leeway in my books. Yeah, me too. It's like one of those things. It's like, is this a Me Too moment? You know what I mean? Is he like doing weird stuff with women in his office? Like, I don't know. Nothing about this makes sense because they're not telling us anything, and you can kind of understand that because it's a company. But I want to hear what this memo board has to say.
This is the letter that we were able to obtain through, let me just say, sources in New York media. Apparently this had been circulating to a certain degree. And I want you to know a few things. One, this letter is signed by, I believe, 16 employees, accusing James O'Keefe of being a power-drunk tyrant, and he is exactly who he pontificates on, who we should be exposing. Now, This letter includes very important bits of information and context, which leads me to believe, I think there are people trying to oust James O'Keefe not because of any of these perceived grievances. I think they're trying to just remove him as an element of Project Veritas because, I mean, he's the guy. He is Veritas. I would put it this way. If you're an organization with 65 employees and you generate millions plus in donor revenue, I imagine the board members are thinking like, hey, the one problem we have in terms of control of this money is James O'Keefe. He's an ideological figurehead who believes in...
Where's the video of James being a tyrant? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't really see. Timple had a meltdown during his super chats. Yeah, I know, I saw that. The whole Eliza Blue stuff. I've kind of stayed away from all that. I think it's interesting though. I'm waiting for more information to come out on that before I really do a deep dive.
A mission and founded this. This happens with big companies all the time. It's like in Spider-Man. Remember when Willem Dafoe is playing Harry Osborn and he's like, do you have any idea how much I've sacrificed? And they're getting rid of him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You get rid of James O'Keefe from this organization and you are free to use that money however you see fit. The problem is I don't think anyone's going to support him. Now, as we mentioned, they're saying that they were bullied, that he's a tyrant. Let me read for you the top note, because they certainly had to include this.
Editors of news agencies have to be hard asses. Of course. Yeah, because you want the best. You don't want crap being put out there. It's just like, whenever I put a crappy video out there that no one watches, it's like, it makes my brand look worse. So it's the same thing with James O'Keefe.
It says.
Which I put a lot of crappy videos out there, I'll just be honest. I'll follow James on Project Veritas. Exactly. Project Veritas has to win me over. James O'Keefe has already won me over. A man, kind of corny, kind of nerdy with his little leather jacket. I love it at the same time. It's a little douchey, but a little play on it. But he's like given us some of the best information we've had, better than any news agency. Investigative journalism is dead. You don't see that very often anymore, and that's the biggest problem with this whole James O'Keefe and Project Veritas split kind of thing. It's like, this was like the one source that I felt comfortable sharing investigative journalism. Yes, it's a little, you get a little drunk on a date. That's not like the cleanest thing ever, but none of these people are clean in general. So like, what are you going to expect? You have to get them to a place where they'll open up eventually, because they'll never do it on, 60 Minutes or anything like that.
The opinions, data shared, and anecdotes were compiled by 1/3 of the Project Veritas staff, representing every department.
Willie, don't
Not all
unsubscribe.
signed this letter, but all had compelling reason to contribute. Some signatories have not been the subject of abuse nor witnessed any abuse, but found the corroborated behavior troubling and were willing to sign. You know that means right there?
Sounds like a load of garbage to me.
Yeah, what did they sign exactly?
So imagine this. You work at Project Veritas. Someone walks up to you and says, we think James O'Keefe is bad and he's done these things. Will you sign a letter? And they say, sure. Next thing you know, the board comes together. There's a viral Twitter thread where one guy is saying...
of course that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm sure they pass this around the office. Yeah, and with the Pfizer, you never know. It's like, they pass it around, and I'm sure they're just like, has James O'Keefe ever made you feel uncomfortable or pushed you to do things you don't want to do? Sign this, and we'll get rid of him. And then you can be the star, and James can stop taking credit for all your hard work. Something like that. Something ridiculous. James O'Keefe deserves his own G.I. Joe action figure. Exactly. If James leaves, it would be good. If he does leave, people will just follow him. And then he'll just have his own thing. I hope he doesn't just do another, YouTube show. I hope he continues down doing his thing that he's been doing, so that people can tune in, because that's what people trust him as, not as some political commentator. So I don't know. Project Veritas sponsored by Pfizer. If that comes out, people will lose their minds for good reason too.
Reporting, according to his sources, one of the board members who orchestrated this had a whole thing scripted in ousting James O'Keefe. So I've reached out to James. I've not heard from him. But admittedly, look, man, when I saw this and a few other stories today, I was like, dude.
I got questions, man.
It's getting crazy right now.
Okay.
Wow. Dude, it's getting crazy right now. Yes, and it's like, It's one of those things, like always. I'm waiting for more information comes out before I comment on it. Too many people jump the gun or try to be the first in line. I said it first. So, like, everything about it is, like, the timing is too weird. How it's all going down is weird. Nothing about it makes sense. I hope we get more information as it goes on. But I like Project Veritas because of James O'Keefe, not because of other reporters. He is the Chris Hansen of news agencies. We need him. Johnson & Johnson, we use that powder all the years. What? Ugh. I hope not. I used Johnson & Johnson powder growing up. Just crazy stuff. Speaking of crazy, the man, the myth, the legend, John Fetterman is hospitalized after feeling lightheaded. Washington, Pennsylvania, John Fetterman has been hospitalized, and his communications director said in a statement late Wednesday night towards the end of the Senate Democratic retreat today. A little fun retreat with like Ratcliffe and Pelosi, and you can have non-alcoholic as much as you want to drink. Fetterman began feeling lightheaded, communications director, which is like, look, you are a bigot if you were to say that this guy shouldn't have been running. Okay, I know you think he had health scares and stuff like that. I know people try to make like a stroke as a big thing. It's not a big thing. It's just like getting a headache. It's not a big thing. He should be where he is. You're a bigot to say otherwise. And if you question his speech and anything like that, God, I got banned on TikTok asking if someone voted for a guy that just had a stroke. Of course you did. I get banned on TikTok more than any other platform, which is just the craziest thing ever, but it makes sense. Roll out his clone. Yeah, exactly. This will make James O'Keefe even more popular, probably. Honestly, probably. Fetterman beat the system. That's hard to watch. It still blows my mind, the fact that Fetterman was elected almost as much as this woman right here. I mean, she's
communities and countries in our region and globally. Promoting gender equality is the right thing to do, but it's also the
I would get banned on TikTok if I actually bothered. It's just like I saw Steven Crowder do that whole series where he was like doing his best to get banned. It's not that hard to get banned. All you have to do is make a joke. All you have to do is kind of like you could say like Joe Biden is a young, strapping young man, and they're like, wow, this is misleading. And they'll talk you for that. It's so stupid. Like I will put on my videos like comedy, political satire. This is a joke. And YouTube will still take down some of my videos for misleading people. I'm like, I'm not a news agency. My shorts are meant to be taken out of context. This is a YouTube short. This is a TikTok video. They're not meant to be educational. Oh my God. If that lady in Fetterman had a baby.
K-Bean super chatted $19.99. Cheers to all TikTok bans. That's how you know you're doing it right.
KB. What? Thank you so much for that freaking super chat. Thank you so much. Good Lord. I appreciate you, K-Bean. Golly. Thank you. Thank you. What were you? Threw me for a loop. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm telling you, that woman is a reptilian. Probably. Don't bother on TikTok. Its days are numbered. Oh yeah. I just post on TikTok just to spread information. I don't actually like. I used to engage a lot, but I mean, I'm almost at like 20,000 followers on TikTok. That's like one of the easiest platforms to grow on. It's like ridiculous how easy it is to grow on it compared to all these other platforms. YouTube is one of the hardest platforms to grow on. It's like, it doesn't matter how hard you try. It's like, you'll never be Daily Wire. So just sit down and shut up. The algorithm doesn't understand the use of sarcasm. No, it doesn't at all. Oh, I miss you. Okay. Did you guys see this insane video of, Matt Walsh? I don't know if you saw the whole Matt Walsh talking to Tennessee Democrats about the mental illness for minors bill. And it's a very interesting video, and I think we should watch it together because he pretty much takes them to the cleaners. Sorry, I'm still kind of sick. I apologize for that cough. That was a little much. Cool. There's no sound to this? Freaking A. You know, story of my life. You think you're on top of life, but you're really not. Hold on, I'm going to pull up another one. Come on, does it have a freaking sound? I mean, what am I supposed to do with this? You know what I mean? All right, where is this? All right, let's... Okay, here we go. Here we go. This was, when was this? Yesterday. Here's Matty Matthewson.
My name is Matt Walsh. I'm here as a husband, father, and concerned citizen of the state of Tennessee. And I want to thank the committee for allowing me to speak and for all of you on the committee who support this important legislation. Now, I know that we can't agree on very much these days, but we should be able to agree that our most solemn responsibility as individuals, as a state, and as a country is to protect our children. We should be able to agree that children do not have the physical, emotional, or mental capacity to protect themselves or to make life-altering decisions. We should be able to agree that it's never okay to chemically castrate, sterilize, butcher, or mutilate a child. And in fact, all decent people do agree on all these points. But many of the people who hold power in this country and who run our institutions, including our medical institutions, do not pass this basic test of decency. They've made House Bill 1 not only necessary, but one of the most important pieces of legislation this body has ever taken into consideration. In service to a radical far-left agenda, children are being led down a path of gender confusion and identity crisis. This crisis, manufactured by the culture, is then exploited and monetized by medical professionals who first put them on chemical castration drugs like Lupron. Then the victims are given cross-sex hormones, which often have irreversible and permanent effects. Finally, before the age of 18, many of these kids will undergo surgery, such as double mastectomies, which will alter their bodies and their lives forever, taking something away that they can never get back, no matter how much they regret it in the future, and so many do. This is happening across the country, and that includes in our state. Children are being coerced into decisions that they are not equipped to make in pursuit of a goal that can never be attained. The girl who gets the double mastectomy is no closer to being a boy after getting the procedure than she was before. She's still a girl and will always be a girl, just now a mutilated...
These detransition videos are incredibly... Dude, those videos freaking break my heart, man. Because it's like I constantly say, it's like you're messing with kids, and their brains are not fully, they're not fully developed until about 25, and a lot of what they're experiencing in their life circumstances is learning to trust adults, learning to trust their environment, learning to find their community, who they are. And by encouraging this kind of stuff and like a bodily mutilation as like an answer, or taking drugs to slow down their formation as grown adults, is sickening. I freaking breaks my heart. Like, again, if you're an adult and you want to do this stuff, I could care less. More power to you. Whatever. I don't care. But kids. That's insane. And it's more insane that you're seen as a bigot if you say anything other than like encouraging people just to live however they want to live. And like, yeah, sure, adults, fine. But children, that's not fine. I know a lot of girls have a tomboy face. Yeah, okay, exactly. We so much in the space of psychology, we've confused like temperament or just like personality as a means to like gender, instead of just what you're into or a phase you're in or whatever. I as somebody who works with kids, like, you see them go through phases of life. I just can't imagine if I was to take one phase of who they are as a child and create an entire world for them based on that one phase. It just sounds insane in what a child would do for another child, not an adult. Children are precious. They need to be outside playing freeze tag, rough. Exactly. Thank Christ I grew up in the Super Nintendo, dude. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Super Nintendo. Homeschool the kids if you can. Yes, 100%. Someday criminal charges for these people. I hope so. I genuinely hope so. Some people have to learn the hardest way. They go through procedures. Once it's done, they realize how horrible their mistakes. Yeah, you see that all the time with kids. I mean, let's keep watching this video. It gets better.
And damaged ones. Now, you may notice that most of the people who support and advocate for this butchery are not petitioning to lower the drinking age. They're not trying to pass a law to allow middle schoolers to get tattoos or take out mortgages or purchase firearms or cigarettes. That's because even they recognize that minors lack the maturity and discernment required to make those choices. They recognize that when it comes to alcohol and tobacco and guns and mortgages and tattoos, yet when it comes to irreversible, life-altering medical interventions, suddenly these same people discover a newfound confidence in the responsible decision-making powers of children. Their position is not even consistent or coherent, much less morally or scientifically defensible. We cannot allow this wickedness to continue. We cannot tolerate it. We are decent and rational people in this state. We love our children. We recognize basic truths. One of those basic truths is that a child who is confused about her identity needs guidance and love and clarity. She does not need hormone injections and scalpels. She needs.
Derek here, awesome. Our children are the most important. Hey, man, I appreciate that, Gary. Yeah, they are. I mean, and as adults, you have to look out for them. Even if they're like idiots. You know, there's a lot of stupid kids out there who are jerks and, you know, spoiled and all kinds of stuff, but they're still kids, you know? Like, they're kids at the end of the day. They're going to do stupid stuff. You got to treat them like kids. They're not like fully formed adults. They're not like you and me. Like, if I do something stupid or I say something really insane, you hold me to a standard that's what an adult is supposed to be. Whether I act like an adult or not by putting on stupid wigs and stuff. Like you still hold me to that standard. This is for kids.
Needs and deserve to be protected from those child-abusing quacks and soulless vultures who wish to exploit her confusion for their own gain. That's why we need this law. Our kids cannot protect themselves, but we can, and we must, and we are.
Let's go.
Thank you.
It's good. Okay. To be fair, I'm the only adult by biological and legal standards. That's hilarious. Okay. And then there's like a point where some of the Democrat guys that are questioning Matt Walsh starts trying to make him look bad. And it's one of the most cringy, ridiculous back and forth I've ever seen. So this is just like the icing on the cake when it comes to what Matt Walsh was just saying there. Here we go.
What was your, are you a pediatric, what was your specialty?
Dr. Hamada. I am board certified in I can't even talk, obstetrics and gynecology, as well as family medicine with a focus on sports medicine as well.
Representative Clemens. No endocrinology or pediatrics?
Pediatrics is part of family medicine, and then also with regards to...
Okay, that's from the same hearing. I obviously pulled up the wrong video. See, this is what, this is freaking live show. This is live. But I'm gonna pull up the right video. But that's from the same exact area where he testified. It gets better because they start like questioning him, making him try to like look stupid. It's pretty freaking hilarious. Hold on. God, now I gotta find it. This is for the clicks. Anything for the clicks, man. Where is it? Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Sorry.
Just curious of your definition of if you feel like people are adults at 16 should...
Well, people are adults at 18, but actually your brain is not fully developed until you're 25. So we should be having a conversation about whether we should even be doing these surgeries to people at 18. But certainly before 18, it's absurd. I mean, do you think that a 16-year-old can meaningfully consent to having their body parts removed? Do you? No?
Of course he's not going to answer that question, even though he would support a bill for it. Hey, who am I? I'm just some council guy. We're just hearing from our woke college kids that tell us otherwise.
Oh, Caleb Hammer, another ghoul defending the indefensible, had no answer. God bless Matt Walsh for doing that. He's the host of the Matt Walsh Show, joins us now. Matt, thank you. It's so satisfying to watch. Well, you expose these people as truly filthy people.
Yeah, I think, they expose themselves to it, I think most of all. And the interesting thing, too, is that I'm sitting there in the hearing. I was giving my view on this bill. I'm in favor of the bill to ban the mutilation of children. I'm giving my view as a taxpayer and a private citizen, not an author of the bill. So their really failed and embarrassing attempts to discredit me were not only humiliating for them, but also totally irrelevant, because even if you can prove that I'm a terrible guy, does that automatically make it okay to mutilate children then? Because that's what we're supposed to be talking about. But they don't want to talk about that because they know they can't defend their position. This is the position that Democrats and the left are constantly in on many issues, in particular on this one, where their position is something that is so unspeakably evil that they can't speak it. So you can defeat them in an argument simply by trying to get them to state their premise. They can't even state their premise. I mean, the Caleb Hemmer does believe that 16-year-olds can consent to having body parts removed, but he can't say that out loud because he knows how crazy it sounds, and so instead he just falls silent.
You look at someone like John Ray Clemens, looks like sort of a normal person. Maybe he has kids. He's in favor of cutting the breasts off girls. I mean, how could anybody get to a place where that's okay?
I think, I can't see inside their minds, but I have to imagine that most of these people know at some level that it's wrong, but they're just ideologically beholden to it. And that, again, is why they don't even attempt to defend it. And instead we get this credentialism thing going on, as if I need credentials to know that abusing children is wrong.
Well, as a Harvard-trained physician, I agree with you. It's wrong.
It's a really bad idea to chemically castrate children. This is considered a legitimate debate topic. I know. Honestly, like, the fact that is considered something to be debated is just, it's beyond silly. It's not even funny. It's just, that's how extreme, like, the rabbit hole goes, you know? Like so much of like what we go back and forth on, it's just like I'm dumbfounded by all this. All right, and here's another clip from that exact exchange right here as well, where he just goes back and forth with this guy, and it just makes him look ridiculous. And Papa, you're cracking me up with all the Matt Walsh stuff in the chat, by the way. No, they're not ideologically beholden to it. They get buttloads of re-election money to support this. Yeah. I mean, these Democrats, like, it's hard to tell if they actually believe this or they're just told to believe this and they'll do it in order to be in power. You know what I mean? You know, when you're part of a religion, you're not supposed to question where the truth comes from. You're just supposed to bow before it and submit to your authority.
What was your? Are you a pediatric? What was your specialty?
Dr. Hamada.
I am board certified in I can't even talk.
Okay, is this the same? Where is it? Like, Matt is like messing with me. Okay, here it is. Golly. Okay, here we go. I've tried to play this clip like 10 times. In Russia, they would get life in prison. Yes.
Can you give us a summary of your educational background or your healthcare education?
I didn't go to college, but I did go to school long enough to learn how to read, so I can read the data for myself, and that's exactly what I've done.
And for what purpose do you conduct your research and use this brain of yours?
I use it for the purpose of trying to protect children from being castrated and mutilated.
You don't use it to get clicks?
Well, are you using it right now to try to get clicks with this interaction?
You know, if you're going to come before a committee and make mischaracterizations and misrepresentations, it's fair game for us to ask you your educational background.
You seem to have started this, so you have no medical background, correct?
No.
You're trying to address good public policy, correct?
Yes.
I just have to question, some of your public policy. Singapore is able to have nice things in part because they execute drug dealers by hanging and arrest even petty vandals and thieves and beat them with a cane until they bleed. We don't have nice things here because we aren't willing to do what is required to maintain them. I kind of have to question your public policy beliefs. And you also stated there'd been no studies. Well,
I love when people will take something that has nothing to do with what you're talking about from an old video or an old tweet and just like bring it in and just like, well, see, this completely discredits everything about you.
So
I'm sitting here holding a study from the American Academy of Pediatrics, suicidal disparities between transgender and cisgender adults and children. Before you state things, you may need to know all the facts.
On your blog, at about 16, you're an adult who's mature and can make decisions. You're that at 16. I don't care what anybody says, even going so far as to say when you're 16, you should be married and pregnant. 16 is an adult in your view. Why does this bill have minor defined as 18?
I was a radio host 13, 14 years ago in my early 20s. It's also not an accurate reflection of what I actually said. I was talking about the fact that people tended to marry young historically, and that's all that was about. How does that relate to this? To all of a sudden act like this phenomenon of girls getting...
God. It's just so ridiculous, all the stuff they were trying to like break him down and make him look silly for. You know, and that's what this whole debate is. It's not even a debate. Their view is to make him look as stupid as they possibly believe that they can do. And instead of actually addressing the points he's talking about or challenging him on his ideas, you know? And that's what you're up against. It's just so ridiculous. But this is where we are. 2023, everything's looking up from here. What's up? Jesse, what's good, man? Matt is cool as a cucumber. Yeah, he really is. Like, he was just like, honestly, like, if I was in that situation, you know that I would be laughing, for one. Like, if they started like bringing up old videos of me putting on like a wig and stuff, just like, how am I supposed to take you seriously as a human being? I would just laugh the entire time, but I would give it right back. The fact that like, it's just, I'm glad somebody has the financial backing and the cojones to take on what's going on in this field, and feel free enough to talk about it. It's a very important. Matt, just say that you identify as a medical professional, and then they'll give you a smack. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I identify as a legal. That's hilarious. The Uno reverse. I almost said Uno universe card. Uno reverse card. just for Uno. If he would have brought the Uno card, I would have died laughing. That would have been the most amazing part of the day. Okay, what do I want to play next? I have so many ironies. Okay, what does everyone think about this? I don't know if you've seen this story going around in New Jersey. Two Republicans of council people, woman and man, shot dead within a week. I want to put my tinfoil hat on, but I think it's more weird that more people aren't talking about this story. I don't really know what to make of this whole thing. What's the APR on the Uno reverse card? I don't know. You should tell me. You're the one that's more in power. Do medical professionals have immunity? No, they don't. And that's the biggest part. That's why a lot of them are afraid to speak up, because they'll get their licensing and credentials revoked, taken down, because they will be deemed unsafe. And so but New Jersey has strict gun laws. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, this is one of the weirdest stories of the year. Like, this is like just like as weird as the Chinese balloons, you know? Like, nothing about it makes sense. Why would two, and both being Republican? I don't know. All right. This from Cenk Uygur. All right, you know how we watch him on our show just for the laughs, just for the lulls, for the lull of it. I always hear Jordan Peterson talking about the lull of it. Like, it's hilarious. This is from Cenk Uygur. It's a tweet. It's near impossible to talk to right-wingers these days. How do you have a conversation with someone who thinks Satan showed up to the Grammys? Do you debate it? How do you debate it? If I don't speak gibberish, so I don't speak gibberish, so I don't know. I can't even read, because apparently it isn't gibberish. So I don't even know how to communicate with them. The irony of Cenk Uygur talking about how he feels like he can't debate someone because they're speaking gibberish or they are not to be taken seriously based on their points might actually be one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It's just, do you know what a mirror is? Have you ever watched one of your shows? Like I watched Ben Shapiro and Anna Kasparin, because we watch Young Turks sometimes on the show. I watched her and him talking over the weekend on this Sunday special. And one of her points was like talking about how she was like justifying talking to Ben Shapiro because he's a good, he can come at debates with good faith intentions. And he can tell that he's like honorable or something like her. And it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. These people seriously think they should be taken seriously. And that's what I'm getting down to the bottom of it. It's the most silly thing I've ever seen in my life. As Babylon B said, even Satan distances himself from the Grammys. Yeah, exactly. But also, let's not also forget that as an artist, they'll always do whatever the most insane thing you could possibly think of doing as a shock value. It's literally what they've always done. So of course there's like a Satan element in the song's called Unholy. It's like, duh. They don't have moral standards like a lot of us have. So of course they're gonna, rub that in your face as much as possible. That's why I don't even really talk about it. I'm not gonna take them seriously because I don't take them seriously. I don't take Cenk Uygur seriously. I don't take Sam Smith seriously as a human being. I just don't. And their ratings continue to go down. The Grammys ratings continue to go down year after year. This is one of the lowest of the year. So they don't have the impact they used to have, like when we were kids growing up. It's the same thing with like MTV is not a thing. Like people watch YouTube now. People watch Twitch. That is the cultural ground. I saw Ben Shapiro critiquing the Grammys. You should be talking about what goes on in Twitch, not the Grammys. Those are night and day differences in cultural wars. That's why I've always said Twitch is more dangerous than TikTok in my eyes. There's just way, way worse things that your children can go down the rabbit hole. Like a socialist like Hassan Piker. Just kidding. Self-awareness, the shock value in their performances. The shock value in their performance was weak. Yeah, it was like, I don't know. I just don't care. I'm watching it, and I'm not gonna be one of those people that just get riled up to get riled up. Of course, it's like every artist I've ever known does the most shocking thing. And of course, Sam Smith, who's trying to reinvent himself, is being as cringe as possible. I think I put out a tweet that said, because Sam Smith has a new album, and I'm just gonna make you guys look at it. He has a new album, and I said, "Men, what is stopping you from showing up to work like this?" It's just it's so gross. I don't know. I just don't know. Metallica lost the first ever Best Metallica Album Grammy to Jethro Tull. Was rock even a category at the Grammys? I couldn't even tell. They're brainwashing the children against Christianity every day. Every day. They've always done that, though. Madonna wanted attention again. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. Madonna is getting worse and worse. And for that reason, I will show my favorite clip from the State of the Union.
We're just getting started. We're just getting started. And I mean it sincerely. I want to thank my Republican friends who voted for the law. And my Republican friends who voted against it as well. But I still get asked to fund the projects in those districts as well. But don't worry. I promised I'd be a president for all Americans. We'll fund these projects. And I'll see you at the groundbreaking.
It's literally the most undefeated filter there is out there. He just doesn't get any better than that filter. It's just so good.
We're just getting started. We're just getting started.
Q&A says there wasn't the room was on, I'm sure. That filter, I don't know if you've ever watched like TV or movies and just thrown that filter up on the TV. Like, it's so good. You can't help but laugh at all this stuff. Speaking of laughing, the new State of the Union with a new secret ingredient, SmileX. Yeah. Exactly. Is that the same person who did the Adam Schiff clown overlay? Probably. No. It's, I don't know who. I think it's just some TikTok person. That's just the filter you can use for just about anything. It's a free filter. It's not like, special effects or whatever. Speaking of funny though, Nancy Mace tries her, gives a little try in stand up. I don't know if you heard this today. She's the cool mom today. I'm not just a regular Republican. I'm the cool Republican. Go ahead, Nancy. Do your thing, girl.
I know George Santos hoped to deliver tonight's keynote, but organizers, our lovely, beautiful organizers, wanted someone who could tell a joke, but not actually be one. Come on, George, you've given Republicans a bad name, and that's Lauren Boebert's job. Just kidding, Lauren, don't shoot. I mean, really, like, who lies about about playing college volleyball? Like, who does that? If you're gonna lie, at least make it about something big. Like you actually won the 2020 presidential election. But Santos certainly gets attention. There hasn't been a Republican that's gotten this much buzz since Lauren Boebert went through a metal detector. I was one of the first Republicans, I know there's some New Yorkers in here too, Republicans who said Santos should resign. Santos should step down to show people you can't lie, cheat, and steal.
This is like, I feel like I'm watching The Daily Show. Oh, that's funny. Get those stupid Republicans. God, it's just so cringe.
Who lies more, George Santos or George Santos? It's just like, we'll be right back.
To win an election. Unless, of course, if you're Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I said this so this can air on Fox News and CNN. I go both ways. I mean, come on. No! You got it.
That was a sexual joke. Did you know she used to be a Waffle House server? She brings it up in every election.
Okay, this is my last George Santos joke. I promise. This is the very last one. George Santos is such an abortion. Herschel Walker sent him a get well card.
Suck on this, Biden.
Now,
I'm going to show you a better comedian. This is all I can think about when I hear her say this.
Joe Biden is.
If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
Freaking A. It's a shame they had to sacrifice the joy of laughter for good politics. Exactly. Bombing. And it was so bad. I just ordered a George Santos t-shirt and I'm rooting for him. Did you really order one? I don't like George Santos. Like, I could care less. Like, a politician lied to get into office? No. I am outraged. I am shocked. Our president would never. Oh wait, he has. Okay, he totally has. Dude, that laughter was fake. It's just, we just live in crazy times. Not funny, lady. No, Nancy Mace is not funny. But you know what's funny? A little bit of irony. All right. Prison Mike. Jamie Raskin said this today.
Confinement back to custody was retaliatory in response to Cohen desiring to exercise his First Amendment rights to publish a book critical of the president and to discuss the book on social media. Can you think of a more egregious example of weaponizing the Department of Justice for nakedly political purposes than imprisoning and putting in solitary confinement the president's own former lawyer simply because he wanted to exercise his First Amendment rights.
January 6th. God. Did Jamie join the Crips? No. May's first white turns bring nothing to the table. Exactly. I got it straight from a website. Oh, that's awesome. Like, I know. Okay, so he has cancer, which is not funny, and he lost his hair, but this is the hat you go for, really? You're not just gonna put like a hat like this on, or you're not gonna like wear like a, I don't know, an old man hat or a cowboy hat or anything. You go for the do-rag. You know, you go for the Aunt Jemima look. Like you go for straight up prison Mike. I mean, what is going on? Like, why? Wait. Why? It's so... Look, it's just too spot on. You're not supposed to make fun of it because he has cancer, but like, it's just right there. It's right there. And SNL's like, we don't know what to do with this. There's nothing funny about this. Even a beanie. Yeah, get him a Tim Pool beanie, you know? I'm sure Beanie will help, Tim Pool will help him out for that. He's representing the deadliest street gangs in American history. Exactly. He had weird hair before. Yeah, that's what happens when you get older. Some of us aren't like gifted with beautiful, beautiful hair. Something happened that we need to have a conversation about that's really, really grinding my gears lately, and it's just depressing me. Can we get some sad music? We need to get some sad music. I'm not making fun of his cancer. I'm just making fun of his poor fashion. So that's exactly. I saw people like making fun of it, and people were like, "How dare you? How dare you?" No. Okay, let's play some sad music. Let's hear some sad music. I have some Hopeless. Oh, Hopeless is good. Okay, here we go. I have breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. Okay. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has fallen. Chick-fil-A has fallen. Today, Chick-fil-A announced to test a one-of-a-kind plant-forward entree. It's not even an entree, it's an entree. The Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich beginning Monday, February 13th. It's the end. This is the end of society. This is the end. Civil war will start again. People's lives will be ruined forever. Nothing will ever be the same. America, as we know it, is over. Just tell my wife and kids that I'm dead, that I love them. Tell them that their papa tried everything that he could. Tell my kids that I love them. I'm gonna go now. Chick-fil-A is done for life. Rest in peace, the chicken. Okay. It's done. Chick-fil-A is done. We're done. We're done as oh Jesus, please God, tell me this is April Fool's joke. It's not. It truly is not. Unfortunately, it's real. Chick-fil-A announced that they're doing a one-of-a-kind plant-based forward entree. No, I'm not here for this. In fact, I might go try it. Sounds pretty good. It's going to be light on the belly. It's good for the cows. I'm never going again. What if they only serve this on Sundays? If your breaking news was aimed at breaking my heart, mission accomplished. Well, JR said that he wanted something more wholesome. So far, my show's been nothing but wholesome since JR said that, you know. I'm just slowly taking down the world as we know it. What do I want to put? I mean, we can go back to this video for all I care. I actually feel kind of sad now. It's the music. You know, that music's no joke. This is the only YouTube show that that someone like cries on. It's the only YouTube show you watch that makes you feel more depressed. God. Hey, Find and Fix It, what's up? We just started crying. I feel like Chick-fil-A was the middle finger of fast food. I know. And yet Christian at the same time. All right. Let's just laugh a little on this video. Why don't we?
Steady on. It's safe to get in the doctors.
Stick her in, Diff.
She was in the post.
The future is bright with green electricity. Green energy is the future, and the future is bright. Make sure to buy your newest green electricity. You can't afford a Tesla? Buy one of these. It's a Mesla. It's you can buy it for $99 down 5 easy down payments of at least $1,000 per month for the rest of your life. You're gonna love the way you look. You're gonna love plugging in. It's powered by coal. It's powered by all the things that you love in the world. You're gonna love it. It's created and built by some of the childlike slaves in Africa that dug up the cobalt in order for us to have the batteries. Thank God for them. Thank God for them doing the dirty work. We are able to have electrical vehicles like this. Karen, show us how it's done.
Steady on. It's safe to get in the doctors.
Stick her in, Diff.
She was in the post.
God, I love it. If you want to be a true rebel in today's society, join the church. Oh, exactly. How dare you? Yeah, do old things. Make sure to drop a like if you're watching on YouTube and Rumble. Say hello if you're on Rumble. I got Rumble chat up. I'd rather take the bus. I'd rather walk. How dare you? That car looks kind of fun. I think I would honestly love like going around the city in this thing. I would be I would make everyone roll down the window and say hello. Or I would have like some speakers in my car and have like huge subwoofers. And just like pounding bass down the side of the street. And people are just like, who is that guy? Oh, it's Jamie Raskin. It's Prison Mike. Freaking Prison Mike driving down the street. And the Mesa can now fit in one small tote bag of groceries from Trader Joe's. I should make a video for the Mesa.
Are you struggling to afford a Tesla? Well, get in a new Mesla.
I'll get ChatGPT to write the script for me. Or I'll get Papa because he's a better writer than me. All right, what do I want to keep watching? There was some guy in Europe that made a car run on compressed air. That sounds amazing. And he's dead. Speaking of being dead, hotboxing that thing would be efficient. Yeah, exactly. Dude, you would be done in a matter of minutes if you hotbox that thing. I bet you could drive it in Walmart too. Yeah, like, you know, the big people. That is a fat phobic car, to be honest. I was just thinking that. That's fat phobic. I mean, how am I supposed to fit in that? Make that smaller. I have fat like this. I got 5-foot wingspan. This video of Bill Gates being totally pwned is amazing. Please watch, enjoy, and if you got, enjoy it while you can.
The charge.
He's part of the final solution. I love this. I love the beginning of this question. What do you? It's just like one of those questions that make you really think about his reasoning for doing these things. It's like John Kerry. It's like, you're our climate czar, and yet you're flying around the world on a private jet, staying in hotel rooms and stuff like that, having these fancy meals, probably not eating bugs and stuff like that, and probably wearing nice suits, because you got to wear nice suits. You got to look good for some of these global leaders to convince them to cripple their economies and cripple the poor, and so that you can drive your Tesla that's powered by coal too. Like, you need to fly around in jets. Like, I need to be at Davos. I need to be at Aspen, Colorado for meetings. Like, I need to do these things in order to, like he said. I mean, he said,
well, I buy the gold standard.
Yeah, I buy the gold standard. Ever heard of it? It's a standard that you poor simpletons can't afford, because you're too poor to buy the gold standard, or even know what a gold standard is. If you would only know what the gold standard would look like, well, you could be like me. You could be a hypocrite. You can buy the jets. You can buy the homes. You can live the life you want to live, and then make everyone else poor in the process. It's the only way forward. This is the Green Energy Party. We see the future, and the future is bleak. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for Population Control. Yeah, if you're rich, it doesn't count. Exactly. He sent millions of dollars to his foundations. He pays for the population, so it doesn't count. For his pollution. He pays for his pollution, so it doesn't count. Give him that car. Exactly. Bill, go home, you're evil. Oh, how dare you. He only hung out with Epstein a couple of times. Don't hold him to the same standard you hold, I don't know, Bill Clinton to. He helped create Microsoft. Hello. These are things. These are all real things. And all that good stuff. As we go back to this lady.
Smart thing to do. It is central to Australia's diplomatic, economic development.
Oh, God, she's so creepy. I just want to throw up. As a college dropout, I have to take a private jet to Switzerland to take part in a pandemic war game simulation. Me too. He was partying with Epstein, and I don't trust him. How dare you? He was invited to the island. He didn't know any better. All these evil people out there saying these evil things. I love this clip so much. Many times he mentioned that in the Real Fauci book. Yeah. What happened to our eyebrows? Same thing that happened to mine. Where are they? Where are my eyebrows? I don't know. Haunting. Thank you. Are you calling me haunting? The future at 15-minute cities. I love that idea. It's like, why? You don't even need a car. Just get in your buggy and, walk. Don't get in your buggy. You don't even need to walk. Dude, the British rant will be perfect for your Mensa promo. Your Mensa promo? I'll write you something later tonight. Welcome to Mansla. It's Tesla, but for the poor. You can't afford a Tesla? Get yourself a Mansla. It's smaller. It's better on gas. God, I can't even do that. Are you albino? Yes. No, I'm a ginger. It's different. We're here. We're proud. Gingers have no eyebrows, Derek. I know. Thank you. They're blonde. Okay. Blonde's a color. I know all you women wish you could be blonde like me. Are you a husky? Yes, I have one. And she's right there. Hey. Yeah, my husky has white eyebrows. Derek, you're a glorious ginge. Thank you. Thank you. I was feeling really insecure at this moment, and I needed that. And you know what else I need? Senator Ron Johnson, talk to me, baby.
In 2022 interview with Jeff Girth, Strzok said he now believes, quote, that it is more likely the text came not from the CIA, but from senior levels of the U.S. government or Congress. Who might those leakers be? Why aren't reporters who received the leaks outraged at being fed false information? And why haven't they blown the whistle on the leakers? Why didn't the mainstream media robustly investigate how they were all duped?
Tell us,
The
Ron.
answer is,
Get it, Ron.
they weren't duped.
Come on, Ron.
They were complicit in creating and fostering the political turmoil our country has been experiencing over the last 6 years. Those leaks were a key ingredient in the most destructive, political, dirty trick in U.S. history. In 2022 interview with Jeff Girth.
Preach, my dude. God, that's like the quote of the day. Why didn't mainstream media robustly investigate how they were all duped? And we're talking about the Hunter Biden laptop. This is from today. The answer is they weren't duped. They were complicit in creating and fostering the political turmoil our country has been experiencing. And let me tell you this. I keep hearing this way too much. Too many people on mainstream media, too many politicians, too many podcasts are out there telling you that these people are stupid. I don't want to give them that kind of credit. I don't want to give them an inch. I don't see them as stupid. I see them as malicious and evil, because you can't be stupid for that long. You don't have an excuse forever. You can't just be that ignorant for the rest of your life. And so the same with corporate media, the same with politicians. These people are doing it on purpose, and they're lying straight to your face, and they don't care. Amen. Have a wonderful day. I'm allowed to make fun of gingers because I'm in fact half ginger. Okay, prove it. You're not half ginger. I know that's like a joke because it's my month as a step black person. I'm celebrating my step black history, and you need to celebrate me right now. You need some California sun? On my way. On my way. On my way. I'm going to Cali in a month. I'll see you there. I'm coming over. They're not stupid, but the mob is. The mob is very stupid because we're all stupid to some degree. We all have like a little bit of bias. We have a little bit of groupthink on occasion where we say ridiculous things from time to time, and we're just like, oh, I thought this was true, so this isn't true. We all just believed a lie together. God. Just like this woman who does in fact have eyebrows. Let's not get it twisted. She might not be the most beautiful woman on the planet, but she definitely has eyebrows. My brothers are gingers. Good. That's when I trust you now. Don't drink the water in Cali. Well, what am I supposed to drink? You know what I mean? I just found out today that if I eat poop on the side of the street, it could contain meth, and so I can't even do that nowadays. It's like, what am I supposed to do in today's world? It's just so hard. It's just so hard. I swear that's a lizard woman. Yeah, me too. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap up today's show. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Willie, thank you for the super chat today. K-Bean, thank you so much for the super chat today. You guys are amazing. Thank you for freaking sending money to me. I don't take that for granted one bit. It means a lot to me. I put a lot of work in this show, so it means a lot to me that you're great job. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry that I was on YouTube strike. If I ever get a strike again, since you guys are still on with me, I will be doing my show on Rumble from now on. So if I ever get a strike, please, it's live on Rumble right now. But if I ever am out and not on YouTube, check Rumble because I'll probably have my show on Rumble. God, I hope getting over this sickness. I'm sorry. But so make sure you follow me on Rumble as a backup, always as a backup. It's not the best platform. It doesn't always it's not always the cleanest look. It doesn't always stream that well and quick, and sometimes it has a more delayed stream. So I apologize for all that kind of crap because I know this is a very interactive show, so I know that could be weird. But I just want you to know, please follow me on Rumble. Also follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to grow Twitter out. I'm on Twitter way too much probably, and interacting with people and just shit posting and replying to people all the time. So if you like to have fun and like to laugh at stupid stuff, I try to make Twitter as fun as possible. I'm also on Instagram a lot. I'm very interactive on Instagram. You can always DM me on Instagram and stuff like that and say hello. It's one of my things. Joshua, thanks so much. Cat Life, thanks. Cat Life, Cali Life. It's a Cali Life. It's a Cali. The Californians. I appreciate it. KB, and thank you so much. My babushka, my privet, my Russian friend, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys are amazing. Papa, I hate you and love you at the same time, as always. Can we please get Derek's sub count to 1 million so YouTube can't ban his show anymore? Yeah, I just need some of that Steven Crowder money. Holler at your boy. Love family. Hey, Willie, you're family, my dude. You guys are all family to me. You guys mean a lot to me. I appreciate every single one of you. She looks like White Walker's wife. Who's White Walker? I don't even know who that is. I hope you guys have a freaking wonderful night, a fantastic night. I hope you, make a difference in someone's life this weekend. Try to be around the people you love the most. People are having a very difficult time right now. It's a difficult time of the year, so I hope I bring a lot of people are struggling with depression and anxiety right now, and so I hope I bring some kind of happiness to your life and make light of everything that's kind of going on, because the world is nuts, and I hope we can laugh our way together. And if you don't mind sharing this show on your social media platforms, let people know about this show, because the only way it grows through you. People don't give a crap. The algorithm doesn't care, and all that kind of stuff. So have a wonderful night. I love every single one of you guys. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. Thank you for still rocking with me. Thank you for showing up after, 7 days hiatus, thanks to YouTube saying, hey, you know what, Derek? What you're bringing to this platform isn't up to YouTube standards, my dude. Game of Thrones. Oh, no, it just clicked. Okay. Yeah, you hate me until I crap out another promo for you. Yeah, I'm just using you for promos, Papa. No, I don't do that. All right. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Have a wonderful freaking day. Good night.